So, as a lot of you may already know, Blue Rock TV had an interview with Bonnie Lashay's manager, aka Jessica West. There were some questions that were asked of her, and there's allegations, obviously, from this interview that Bonnie Lashay, Chrisean Rock, and Jade and Alexis are sister wives. And we want to know who is Face going to go home to if this is the case. I think that was a answer that caused mass confusion to me on this live interview that was done. But I want you to hear further what Jessica West had to say, speaking with Blue Rock TV. I think you'll be interested and also shocked with her answer.
And yeah, Jaden, she's really pretty. I want to start by saying that. When we went to the club in San Diego, she's a doll. Like, she was the cutest little thing. Then I didn't know she was like that cute. I don't know, TV, it makes 10 pounds, right? But she's really tiny and super cute. And I was just like, I don't know, you see someone in person and you kind of have like a different thought about them. But I just feel like that girl has been through a lot, and I feel like she's not really going anywhere. I know she's been with Blue since they were in high school, and that's kind of his,
She was honest about her perspective of Jaden Alexis' future. I mean, I don't know if I would have said it that bluntly, but Jessica West answered the question the way she knew how. And she answered it by how she felt and how she thinks and what she perceives from the internet about Jaden Alexis. Now, we know that Jaden Alexis is very quiet and she stays to herself. We know she throws rocks and hides her hands, but a lot of things about Jaden, in my opinion, is very calculated. We really can't make these assumptions up about her not going far in life because of where she's at and how quiet she is on social media. We just have to stay tuned.
high school sweetheart or whatever. And it's really hard to navigate in this industry dealing with a guy like that. I'm really proud of her for coming out with her own music, getting a hit single, and being able to like do her own thing. But yeah, again, I have no ill will. I mean, it's a lot to deal with. So I don't even want to, add anything to anybody's plate, right? But I mean, I think the girl's been through a lot. She's being strong, and she's definitely, doing her own thing and kind of rising and elevating. So, but do I think Jaden will like go or will never? No, I think Jaden will always stick with Blue and always be there. And I think anyone who deals with Blue will know that. I think Bonnie knows that too, and she doesn't care. But Chrisean didn't care either. People drug Chrisean when they first started dating, like, you're messing up.
Bonnie Lachey clearly doesn't care, and we see it in her actions. Even with the circus being kind of slow these days, she's still out here doing her thing and putting out these allegations and making it seem like, she's team Blueface, she's pregnant allegedly, and so forth. So we just got to see how this plays out.
A lot of people call Bonnie Chrisean's karma and stuff like that. It's an interesting dynamic. It's a lot to deal with. But
I don't think that, in my opinion, this is not throwing no shade at Bonnie Lachey. This is just being brutally honest. I think that he's not going to be with Bonnie Lachey. She might be one of the side pieces, but he's not going to be with her ultimately. And then after what all happened when she was on social media, when he was locked up, he definitely knows she's defiant and she's going to do whatever she wants to do. And he already has enough on his plate with Chrisean Rock. I don't really see that working out.
they do it effortlessly. They manage through this kind of with their head held high and just kind of making it day by day. But I do like her and I do like her music, and so I'm rooting for her.
Okay, and that's interesting because based on what you said, it kind of made me think about something.
Right.
Who do you think Blueface will be going home to?
All of them, everybody.
That's what I was thinking. That's what you were saying. That's what I thought you were saying.
Going home to my mama. No. I think they all deal with him. I think they all know their role and they all play a piece in his life, and they're sister wives, and they're all going to be intertwined. And Blue knows they're not going nowhere, so he's just going to get clout off of all of them. Move this one, move that one, move the chess piece. I think he just, did really good at that, and he's able to go back and forth. I mean,
it's the sister wives for me. Yeah, that should be an ultimate diss to all three of them because, yeah, I'm glad that she was honest, Jessica West, that, yeah, they know their role. They know, how Blueface gets down. It'd be different if they did not know how he gets down and he was keeping like a secret from each of them, but they know and they choose to deal with it. So we can't call them victims. So can't blame Blueface. We have to blame them at the end of the day. And this is, like I said to you, this is just how it's going to go when he gets out. if they're willing to stay in this mess, he's gonna play off of it.
Before Chrisean came to Blue was, let's be analytic about this and let's look at the numbers, right? And this is statistics. His albums weren't selling as high, right? He wasn't touring that much, and then the pandemic hits, and as we know, actors, people who went on tour, they all had to subside their business. We're all shut down, right? Global pandemic. So it was genius of him to start the BGC, and I think that him seeing the star power in Chrisean, it really, he's seen that. That's hard. That was hard to see that potential and the star in her, but he saw it, he took her to another level and elevated it. But I think she definitely brought this new entertainment field to him. He had the music on lock, but then she took him to levels that he didn't even know he can go, or that the money he didn't even know he can reach, right?
Let me tell you something. The two power couples are Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Period, point blank. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that now, and it's gonna be like that in the future. As long as they keep re-innovating themselves, they will be relevant for some time. And Jessica West knows that. Blue Rock TV knows that. I know it. SL Davis knows this, and all of the people who report on this content know that the numbers are in Chrisean Rock and Blueface hands down.
So I think that as long as these women are willing to be a part of his life, and as long as they're willing to deal with him, like I said, he's a great guy. He's very funny. He's cool to be around. Everything is perfect besides the relationship dynamic of the switching between the women and hurting their hearts and their feelings and hurting the kid and all this stuff like that. So the person is great. The person is great, but the behavior probably doesn't match up with what the ideal for them would be, right?
They're dealing
Yeah,
with
I hear
it.
that. And like I said, based on some of the things you're saying, it sounds like you're being real about your thoughts and how you think things are going to transpire. Because if I was managing, that might not be one of the things that I want to admit, that he might be going back home to three of them. But if you think that's the truth and that's how you feel, then we appreciate you bringing that to the table, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he does whatever he wants to do, and it is what it is,
He
kind of
does.
thing, and that's the life he chooses. A lot of people are polygamous and a lot of sister wives and all that stuff. To each his own. Like I said, it's not ideal for us, but it's almost, and I don't want to say impossible, because there are a lot of good men out there. But when you're a rock star, you're a celebrity, and you live in that limelight, it's very hard to stay single. I think the statistics on that, I'm not stay single, but stay faithful. The statistics on that are really.
I feel mostly bad for Chrisean because we know in the public, I'm not trying to say hands weren't ever put on Jaidyn. We know that they have, allegedly. However, Chrisean Rock, she's not realizing that she's got herself in too deep with Blueface, because she can move on with her life. She has done that before on Blueface. But those are not the options that Blueface has for her. And it can get real treacherous and dangerous for Chrisean Rock. He has got comfortable putting paws on her when she does step out of line and deals with other men. So out of the three women, I think the one that would have to worry about, okay, I'm going to deal with Blueface, but I'm going to also have my friends or guys with benefits that I can deal with as well until he returns back to me. But Chrisean Rock is going to catch the brunt of her actions, and she's gonna be punished for her behaviors of running around on Blueface. And it's not fair, but that is what she chooses. There's an option to either be there or not. But even if she tried to leave the situation, I think that it still would be dangerous for her for quite some time, because of the feelings that are already involved between the two of them, Blueface and Chrisean Rock.
You sign up for it, you get what it comes with. And I feel like Chrisean knew what it came with, and I feel like Jaidyn was cheated on prior to that, and she knows what it comes with. And so they all know. It's like they're not victim. No one's holding them hostage. No one's making them do that. I think these ladies are just like following their heart. And it's just a case where it's like that one guy who has all the girls, and it just is what it is. I mean, I trip out off of it too, like I said, a lot of people could never, and I could never personally, but everybody's different, right?
They got to change these generational relationships, and they have to want better for themselves. Can't blame Blueface. They have to remove themselves from the situation when they're ready to do so. So until that happens, they're going to be, I guess, like Jessica West said, sister wives, because that's what it appears to be. That's what you would, if you looked up the definition of sister wives, That's what they're doing without even realizing it. And the one that's getting the best of both worlds is Blueface. Why buy the cow when the milk is for free? It's just as simple as that.
No, I hear that, and I appreciate that. Right.
Mhm.
Now let's go to some questions from the viewers because
Okay.
I know they've got a lot of questions here. I've been filtering through some of their questions because
Okay.
it's repetitive or it's just some of the things that we've already spoken about.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go through some random questions here at this time. So the Voice 2, they have a question. Why has Bonnie's only road to success been paved off the hate train of Chrisean?
Why has Bonnie's road to success only been paved off the wave of Chrisean? Is that what she said?
Off the, I think they said off the.
I kind of know what Jessica West is going to say. I didn't hear all of the live. However, it was recorded. And I will say before she even answers it, in my opinion, it's because of the numbers that Chrisean brings in. That's why I conclude that it's very important, even if she is putting her business endeavors with Blueface, her plans of what they're going to do when he gets out on hold, she still should get on there on a daily basis or every other day and communicate with her supporters. It is good to stay off, social media for a little bit of time, but not to the point where they can start engaging in other people similar to Chrisean Rock and the Blueface and lose their interest. That's when all of the stuff that Chrisean Rock is putting on hold can mess up the bag and mess up what they're trying to do, Blueface and Chrisean Rock, because the algorithm is not going to be in their favor. And there's nothing that they can do, there's no money that they can pay to get that algorithm where it needs to be. They're just going to have to start like we all do. We start from 0 subscribers, 0 views. It's going to be almost like that. You're going to have to start back from the bottom and work your way up trying to campaign whatever they're trying to promote or sell.
Off the hate train of Chrisean.
To answer your question, I don't think Bonnie's success has come, from the hate train of Chrisean. I think that's just part of the circus. They're beefing right now. They're trolling each other. They're doing
But
the
over
most.
what?
I mean, you guys, that's why we call it a circus. The circus is acts running wild, running amok, hanging from ceilings, elephants doing this, mid clowns juggling. That's the definition of a circus. So it's like, well, supposed to get wild and it gets crazy. That's why Blue and everyone refers to it as that. That's sweet. You go watch a show at a retirement home if you want to watch something boring. But this is the circus. So any member of the circus, and as we are aware, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of comments. It's going to be craziness. It's going to be a lot. But you got to be tough. Not a lot of people get to walk this journey. And if you are blessed enough to have this opportunity to have more fame or to walk this journey, I feel like everyone, you take it and you run with it. The people who are in it, they know that it's very hard and it's not easy. I mean, we get hate every paragraphs in my DMs of people every day, like religiously. It's insane. So I can only imagine what Chrisean gets and what Blueface gets and all this stuff like that. I mean, we're only an inch of probably what she gets every day. So it can take a toll on your soul. It really can. And we get on, we post what we have to do, and we get off. You get it? And it's all numbers and analytics. That's how you have to look at it. If you're consumed in it and you think it's real, and a lot of people you guys think it's real. You guys don't know the difference between online and the matrix and the real world. And that's okay too. We want you guys to stay tuned and keep.
Right. Just a small reminder, people only share, even if they're actively and consistently these entities, Chrisean Rock, Blueface, Jaden Alexis, Bonnie Lashay, they can be consistent on social media, but they're doing it for the algorithm to be relevant, first and foremost. They have to be the best friends of the algorithm, first and foremost, before you try to cloud chase off a Chrisean Rock. So to just put it to you as plain as I can, you're either in it or you're not. And this is what comes with being in the circus, being relevant, entertaining the audience, and get into the bag. It's all about that. People might say, why people say get to the bag? People have to feed their families, and you have to understand that you're not, whether you believe one side or not, you're not hearing the full truth of what is going on behind closed doors in these people's real lives. When they log on to social media, they're just telling you maybe a smidget of what is going on or what they want you to know. We don't even know if half the time what they're even saying is the truth. It could be just enough to suck you in and keep you in.
watching and be, you know, entertained and stuff like that. But, you know, I think everybody knows now with the internet, and, you know, we live in a day and age where technology is prevalent and we all know the deal, and stuff has came out, and we kind of all know stunts are pulled and everyone pulls stunts to get ahead, you know, and it's kind of just the name of the game, you know, it's the entertainment industry. We're here to entertain at the end of the day, right? It's a job. So I think I don't know if people take it too serious or believe everything, you know, and everyone pulls stunts. You know, Blueface got on Jason Lee's interview and was like, I mess with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's false, you know, that never happened. And it was just like a moment for him to gain,
But people
you know,
probably
views
believed
and
him.
popularity. So it's just people be wilding, you know, even people get online and you know, use everybody. So I don't necessarily think Bonnie's fame is Chrisean beef, if that makes sense. I think it's a little bit of everything in the circus, if that makes sense. The beef, the this, the Blueface, the this, that.
Yeah, we can't really fault nobody for getting up here, especially if they're larger than life entertainers. Like she just said when Blueface said something about allegedly being or dating or whatever, messing around with Megan Thee Stallion. You know, it was to get a gag out of people, also to get people more interested in what type of a person he was and what he can bring to the table, what he offers, and all of that. And we get people up here that are supposed to be responsible adults and update us with all the current information that's going on with favorite fans or our rock stars. And sometimes they add, you know, just to put a nice little twist on it. They add their own little, you know, lie mixed in with the truth. So you can't call the kettle black when, you know, there are people out here that should be the responsible ones as the messengers, giving this information out to their supporters that support their channels. They're giving fake news as well. So, you know, you gotta play devil's advocate. You gotta see, you know, what you see, and you have to use discernment on what you listen to and what is told to you, and then make your own sound decision on what you're going to believe. Now, if you want to believe that everything that you're hearing or seeing is what it is, then you can't have your feelings be that involved. You have to take it for what it is. I guess you're going to have to take sides like people do up here on this platform, or you have to be neutral. That's as simple as that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have another question from CDog06. Do you think Bonnie will get any public appearances with Blue when he gets out?
I don't think
I
so.
don't know. You know, Bonnie and Blue still talk and have a good relationship. So I mean, you get them how you lose them. Is that the whole saying, right? Like, you really do. If someone you get is cheating on his girlfriend or at least his family, statistically, it's gonna happen to you. So